6:03 p.m. At 6:03 p.m. on December 4th, 2023. Would everyone please rise and pledge allegiance to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join us in a moment of silence as we reflect on those serving in the United States Armed Forces, both past and present, the elected leaders for the state of Pennsylvania and the elected leaders of our nation. We have much to be thankful for in our community. Please be seated. Welcome to the members of the public and special guests. The purpose of the annual organization meeting is to officially announce the election of the newly elected board members, to swear in those members who have not already been sworn in, and to organize the board for the coming year by electing a permanent president and vice president. So our holdover board members are David Harmanos, Rita Peterson, and April Sabo, and Daniel Doherty. Mr. Doherty, can you confirm your attendance via Zoom?
I'm here.
Thank you. Incoming board members are Beth Chevelle Fuller, Warren Chester, John Melnizek, Jennifer Munson, and Nicholas Bertoli. 3.2, notice of organization meeting. The board by roll call vote established a meeting date, place, and purpose of the meeting at the official school board meeting that was held on January 23rd, 2023. Proper notices have been posted on the administration building, bulletin board, the front entrances of the administration building, and all educational centers 24 hours prior to the reorganizational meeting date. Each school board member has been properly notified in writing at least 5 days in advance as per section 402 of the school code of the meeting date, place, and purpose of the reorganization meeting. At this time, we'll take public comment on agenda items. Are there any public comments from members in the audience? Dr. Cicito, would you let us know if there are any public comments? Okay, seeing no public comments, we'll just move on to the next item. Agenda item number 5. We'll do nomination for election of a temporary president. So the first order of business is to elect from the holdover board members a temporary president, and that would be either Mr. Doherty, Mr. Harmanos, Mrs. Peterson, or Mrs. Sabo. Are there any nominations for a temporary president?
I nominate David Harmanos.
Any other nominations for a temporary president? Okay, seeing none, we'll do a roll call vote on the nominations. Mrs. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Bertoli?
Yeah.
Mrs. Peterson?
Yes.
Mrs. Munson?
Yes.
Dr. Melnizek? Mr. Harmanos?
Aye.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Chester?
Yes.
And Ms. Chevelle Fuller. Oh,
Nope.
I'm sorry. Never mind. We haven't sworn her in yet. And we'll actually use the votes for the holdover board members for the election nomination of a temporary president. And so the election of a temporary president, the recommended action is to elect Mr. Harmanos as the temporary school board president. All in favor for Mr. Harmanos to be the temporary president, please signify by saying aye of the holdover board members.
Aye.
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 Any opposed? None? Seeing none. Then the vote is 4-0, because we're doing it from the holdover board members, right? In favor of Mr. Harmanos who is now the temporary president and will run the rest of the meeting. And I do know that we are waiting for notification from the county. Mrs. Kenny, have we received notification yet? Okay. What is your recommendation then?
Because we can't move forward with the meeting until the election results have been certified, and that meeting is currently taking place. Hopefully will be certified in the next few minutes. My suggestion would be to recess and just reconvene when we have the results, which again, hopefully will just be a few-minute break.
Okay. Then we'll recess the meeting at 6:08 PM and reconvene once we receive notice that we have the election certifications. Thank you.
Calling us back to order after our recess. We've just gotten word that the election results have been certified, so. Order. We will continue. Thank you. Our incoming members this evening are Beth Chevelle Fuller, Warren Chester, John Melnichek, Jennifer Munson, and Nicholas Rotoli. Mrs. Crumbine, will you please read their certificates of election?
I don't believe that I need to read the certificates of election. I know it says that there, we did share them with Judge Hippel and we're good to go. We did receive election certificates for all of the re-elected and incoming board member.
Your Honor, are you okay with that? All right. Congratulations to everybody. Our guest, the Honorable Judge John Hippel, will now administer the oath of office to the newly elected members.
All right, good evening. Thank you everyone for having me here this evening. Congratulations to everyone who are now the board members of school board directors of Owen J. Roberts. I'd first like to call up Miss Beth Chevelle Fuller, please. Would you like to have someone hold that for you?
Yes.
What we need to do, we need to stand in front of the microphone, okay, so we can hear on the Zoom, all right? So what you're gonna do, place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand for me. Repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Beth Chevelle Fuller,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Can I hug you?
I need you to do. You can sign it.
Beth, you can join us at the table now.
Beth, come to the big table.
Beth, Beth,
Smile for you. Yeah, I can hold it. Okay, just for this left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand for me, please. If you'll repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Warren Chester,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, obey,
that I will support, obey,
and defend the Constitution of the United States
and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And the Bible, raise your right hand. You repeat after me. I state your name.
I, John Melnick,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly
swear or affirm that I will support, obey and defend the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity. Congratulations. Raise your right hand for me. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jennifer Munson,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations. Bible, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Nicholas Vitale,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey,
that I will support and obey
and defend the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Okay, the Honorable Judge Hippel has returned the certificates to our Secretary, Mrs. Crumrine. Congratulations, everybody, on being elected. You all have attached to this agenda a list of all the qualified or legally elected members of the Board of School Directors for the year now beginning. Does anyone see any errors or inaccuracies on this list? Okay, we will now nominate a president for the upcoming term. I will now open the floor to nominations for the office of president.
I'd like to nominate Rita Peterson.
Are there any other nominations for the office of president? Are there any further nominations? Seeing none, and if there is no objection, I declare the nominations closed. Our board policy number 5 states that the election of an officer requires the winning candidate to receive a majority of all the votes cast by those present and voting. Since there are 9 members present, 5 votes are necessary to win. If everyone present casts a vote. Our policy also states that if no one receives sufficient votes on the first ballot, a runoff vote will be held between the 2 candidates who receive the most votes in the first ballot. Are there any questions on this procedure? Unless there is a motion to proceed differently, we will now vote for the candidate. When Mrs. Crumrine calls your name, please state your name of your nomination. Mrs. Crumrine will record each member's vote. Does everyone understand the procedure? Mrs. Crumrine, will you please complete the roll call vote?
Absolutely. Mrs. Sabo,
Rita Peterson,
Mr. Vitale,
Rita Peterson.
Mrs. Peterson.
Rita Peterson.
Mrs. Munson,
Rita Peterson.
Mr. Melnick,
Rita Peterson.
Mr. Hermanos,
Rita Peterson.
Mr. Doherty, Mr. Doherty, are you still in attendance?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I had a glitch on Zoom. Yes.
Okay, so Rita Peterson. Thank you. Mr. Chester,
Rita Peterson.
Ms. Chevelle Fuller.
Rita Peterson.
Thank you. 9-0. Congratulations, Mrs. Peterson.
Okay, I will now open the floor to nominations for the office of Vice President. Oh, congratulations, Mrs. Peterson. Are there
I'd like to
any
nominate-
nominations for Vice President?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Dr. John Melnizak for Vice President.
Are there any other nominations for Vice President?
I would like to nominate Dr. Nicholas Rotoli.
Last call. Unless there is a motion to proceed differently, we will now vote for the candidates. When Mrs. Crumrine calls your name, please state the name of your nomination. Mrs. Crumrine will record each member's vote. Does everyone understand the procedure? Mrs. Crumrine, will you please proceed with the roll call?
Yes, I will. Thank you. Ms. Chevelle Fuller? I go reverse alpha then alpha. I'm sorry.
John Melnizak.
Thank you. Mr. Chester,
John Melnizak.
Mr. Doherty,
Dr. John Melnizak.
Mr. Hermanos,
Dr. Nick Rotoli.
Dr. Melnick,
John Melnizak.
Mrs. Munson,
Dr. Nick Rotoli.
Mrs. Peterson,
Dr. John Melnizak.
Mr. Rotoli,
Dr. John Melnizak.
Mrs. Sabo. No,
Dr. John Melzner.
that is 7-2. Dr. Melnick has it. Congratulations.
Congratulations. So do we now hand this over to the new president? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hermanos. Okay, well, thank you very much. I had a few things I wanted to say. Thank you to the board for allowing me to continue as our president. I appreciate your faith in me. It is an honor to serve our community. Congratulations to Dr. Melnizak and Mrs. Munson on their reelection to a second term. And congratulations to Dr. Rotoli and Mr. Chester on their election to retain their appointed seats. And congratulations to Ms. Chevelle Fuller on her election to the board. We are happy to welcome you to the big table. I'm really looking forward to the work we will do this year. Owen-J. Roberts is a wonderful district. We have much to be proud of. But like any district, we have challenges and opportunities to do better, to serve more communities and meet more student needs. I am proud to be a part of a board that recognizes these growth opportunities and that is committed to student-first programs and policies. I am thankful that we have strong leadership in Dr. Stout and his cabinet, our administrators and principals. Across the board, we have done the work to have a strong staff and have a mutually respectful relationship with the Roberts Educators Association and our Teamsters. This board recognizes that much of our students' success rests with those who work directly with our children. I fundamentally believe when the right people are in the room and we are in good faith working together and focused on shared goals, we can achieve anything. I'm looking forward to a great year and to working with all of you. Thank you. So we have a few administrative items here. Every member will receive a link to a survey listing the various committees of the board. Under Board Policy 005, the president appoints members to the standing committees. To assist me in doing this, I ask that each board member complete the survey, indicating your desires and preferences as to committee and representative assignments within the next 10 days. Finally, every member has before them a schedule of regular board meetings through June 2024, as previously adopted and incorporated into the current school calendar. If the members of the board have a conflict, please let us know. We will reserve any action on schedule changes until our January meeting. With that, I'd like to open agenda item 10, which is comments from the board.
I just want to say congratulations, everybody. Great to work with everybody. Excited.
Dr. Stout, comments from the superintendent.
Sure, I would just like to echo what Mrs. Peterson said. I'd like to congratulate the newly elected board members this evening who took their oath of office. And I agree with Rita. I mean, it truly is a team. You know, we're a team of 10. We've done a lot of good work, but we have a lot of growth and a lot of work to continue doing. So I look forward to doing it with all of you. And again, congratulations on being elected this evening. And those of you that are in the middle of your term, I'm glad that you're staying aboard. Thank you.
Okay, we are moving to agenda item 12, public comment. Information, proposals, and statements from individuals or delegations pertaining to any item. Speakers are to indicate your name and township of residence. Speakers will be limited to not more than 3 minutes. Please understand that this is not a time for dialogue with the board. Rather, the board will listen to all comments and consider them in future deliberations. Also, if you have a question for the school board, please email all Board of School Directors at schoolboardmembers@ojrsd.net, and you will receive a written response. For anyone online who would like to make a comment, please use the raise hand function. When it is your turn to speak, please state your name and township of residence. So please state your name and township of residence.
How you doing? Drew Holloway, North Coventry Township. Sorry about that. Just for the board in general, looking to see any further work being done in the district. You guys would consider any RCOs, the reasonable contractor ordinance. It just gives a fair, for the contractors in the township, a reasonable, pretty much it's for the municipality that qualifies as construction workers and everything that's reasonable in the township. So it's just something I want to put out there. If you guys want to look into it, it'd be something to read up on. And if you guys consider it, we appreciate it. Thank you.
All that. Oh, I'm sorry, there's one. Okay.
Christine, you should be unmuted.
Can you hear me? Whoop. Can you hear me right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Okay, it's Christine McAfee, North Coventry Township. And I just wanted to say congratulations and my heartfelt congratulations to all the newly elected school board members and the current board members. I hope you know that your commitment to serve our school district is truly commendable, although often unrecognized. And my family, we fully believe in your ability to make positive contributions to our school district and our students. So as you embark on this next very important journey, just please know that your dedication is valued and we are excited to see the positive impact you'll bring to our schools. So congratulations, everyone.
Okay. Well, with that, I adjourn this meeting. Thank you, everyone.